strong. It's going to be very breezy, and that is a chill factor.
So we're talking about the weather.
Yep. That's all we're talking about is the weather and the jacket.
So we went by the maker of the bench. What's his name? Steve
Williamson.
Steve
Williamson. Like on it.
Oh, Williamson. I wonder if he's related to the memorial. You should have asked him. Are you related to the Williamson?
He's quite aware that that's Williamson. He knows all those.
Oh, he does?
That's Williamson's very common.
And Marietta? Popular name?
I don't know about Marietta in the States. Williamson.
But then you think since there's a grave there...
It stems from the William the Conqueror. First Battle of Hastings, William.
So we're going to run out and do another test at the... So what are we going to do today? What's our itinerary? Let's go over it again. Remind me. What's your checkoff list for the day?
Well, I wanted to go to the cemetery, and I want to go to the American Legion. Maybe we stop. Now it's getting kind of late. We got to stop at the American Legion first and just touch base and find. I like to know who I contact if they do funerals and that sort of. Military interments. And according to I'm an American Legion member. I'm a Post 37 member.
You want the American Legion to do your internment?
Yeah, they do better than the. I'm a member of both, Veterans of Foreign Wars, VFW. But the American Legion's right next door. It's very easy for them to handle a color guard, and they fire the guns, 3 times.
Oh, you want a color guard?
Yeah, absolutely. That's part of American Legion. That's what they're doing. That's the only reason they're coming, is to give me a military. I'm a military man, and
You want a military funeral?
No, I want a military interment at the gravesite.
Okay.
Where they fire the guns when they put the.
So what's the difference? What do we talking about funeral, interment?
Yeah, we don't do funerals in family. We don't have any funerals.
What's a funeral? How do you define what a funeral is?
That's in a church where everybody gets up and talks about him and so forth, and
sometimes they have a viewing.
And then they have
they
have a wake afterwards, get together, and it's people. It's a very social thing. It's a big thing, and a lot of times they have the corpse open casket, and you go up and see.
That's okay.
See
So
the
that's
body.
what our grandmother, Catskill's grandmother, did on that.
I don't know anything about that. But
all right, hold on. Off to.
I'm gonna go to American Legion.
American Legion first.
I was thinking maybe since we're going that way, on the way there, we could stop by the Joanne Toller's place, just to go up and knock on the door, and just run up and say hello to her. That's all.
All right. You know the way, right?
No, I don't know. I just know her address is Glendale Avenue.
All right, I'm gonna put it in. So we're here at Marietta Times. My father wanted to come over here. I'm not sure why, but I'm here just to serve. So over here, he wants to say hi to Kate York.
Yeah, I've been in touch with Kate York and also.
But I've learned I just can't. If I say no, then he gets upset and everything else. So he's coming in to say hi.
Continuing with walking directions. Proceed to Washington Street. Then
So we were able to make it. Trailblaze a new route. But ultimately, maybe they should be walkways. Who knows? Tough call. But we came this way. He's gonna fall over. He's what are you trying to do?
Try to get on the front of the bench.
All right, well, let me push you. Let me get to work.
Almost on the side.
So can you explain the bench? So tell us about the bench.
bench
Hold on a second.
is a black. The top is the countdown of the activities that I engaged in through the years.
Can you explain the activities?
Well, I was a pilot of 7 different aircraft. I was an officer on 6 different ships, or midshipman, I should say. That's an officer. And then we come down to 5 universities. I got sent to University of North Carolina and Duke University and Ohio State University and the U.S. Naval Academy.
Okay.
And the last university for master's study was in Washington, D.C., Washington University in D.C. Then the next count is the 4 wars. 4 wars being World War II, Korea, the Vietnam War, and the Cold War, where we beat the Russians and they gave up without a shot being fired because we scared the heck out of them.
Okay.
Then we get to 3 wives.
What were your 3 wives?
3 wives, Marion, Hannah, and Maureen.
And Hannah is my mother.
2 Germans and 1 English. 2 loves refer to the. Start with my kids, Michael and Teresa.
Britain and Spain.
I lived in
Challenge and Win.
Challenge and Win, yes.
Acolyte and Crucifer.
That's at the church.
Act 1 and Sing.
I was in thespian and acting, and I was in choirs.
To Run. Ace. What's Ace?
That's playing tennis. That's when you serve and the receiver can't get to it. That's an ace.
Bomb. Strafe.
And bomb and strafe. Bombing this is weaponry, which I did in military with fighter planes bombing and with strafing with attack aircraft, the A-4.
To Travel. Hike.
To travel and hike.
Where's your favorite place to travel and hike?
Everywhere. I love traveling and I loved hiking everywhere. And this is why it's such a irony that I was a TrackMan, cross-country champion, and a TrackMan, a regular TrackMan, and then I loved traveling and hiking everywhere. And I end up here with this sick leg, dumb leg.
What happened to your leg?
That came from a stroke from not a regular smoke. This is the one that only about 3 or 5% of the people get. It's called a hemorrhage, a brain hemorrhage, and they treated me for the wrong stroke.
And they messed you up.
And that made it worse. I had a little stroke when I got it, and then they gave me the wrong medicine, and I went all the way up to my shoulder.